Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time coming across my channel here on YouTube, you are very welcome. I am Kenzie. Please do not make it your last time by subscribing to this channel to get more updates from me. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing 6 things I've learned as a married woman, especially as a newly married Gen Z, from this so-called scandalous whatever about the Equatorial Guinea man. I'm sure by this time everybody have already seen that video, so I don't need to dissect the story. I have a book actually where I wrote out some of the things I wanted to say. And the first thing that I've come to understand is one, marriage is overrated. This is an unpopular opinion, so many people might not actually agree with me, but marriage this day, in our time, this 21st century, is actually very, very overrated. With all the betrayal, with all the wickedness, with all the immorality, disloyalty, infidelity, everything that is happening both to the men that are married and to the women that are married, it is valid to question whether marriage is really relevant. Because why would someone that has carried somebody to the altar, be it a man or a woman, you agreed to be followed, like you agreed to follow someone to the altar, or you yourself, you are the one that is carrying the person to the altar, and then you made vows, and then you come and then you start doing things that you're not supposed to be doing. I don't even know how to put this, but the thought in my head is just too much for my mouth to say. But I'm just saying that with what is going on today, I think we are laying so much emphasis on marriage rather than on what marriage is supposed to be about, because he himself is a married man, and then majority of the people that he was doing these things with are married people. So where are their integrity? Where are their loyalty? Now you might want to say that okay, it's a man's thing to want to cheat, but this whole scenario actually questioned that narrative. The next thing I have come to learn from this whole thing is that marriage does not guarantee fidelity. Marriage does not guarantee loyalty. That this person is married does not mean that she's now going to be loyal, or that this person is now married does not mean that she's going to stop doing the things she used to do. Now I'm not talking about the brothers, like the guys, because those people have their own to deal with. Let's look at the women now. Most times when we see a lady that is married, let me use myself as an example. When I go out, people are like, oh, you're married. Okay. You see, very responsible girl, calm girl. She don't want to be walking around sleeping with boys. That's why she just settled and got married. That's what they think. Then they see the person that is not married as this one. They don't want to get married. They want to be sleeping with boys up and down. And that's why they'll just be jumping from one man to the other. That's what they think. But they don't know that marriage is more than just wearing a ring. Most ladies actually see marriage as a cover up to do their runs. I have heard of stories where it is now the married people that are now doing the things that young girls are doing. Like they feel like, okay, I am married, so nobody is going to think or even assume that I'm doing hookup. So they are the ones that are now comfortably doing it because nobody's going to suspect them. Even though you see them, you're just going to look at them like this person is married, she's not doing that kind of thing. It is only the people that are doing it with them that actually knows that that is what they are doing. But young ladies, people, married people are now using marriage as a cover up, as a leverage to do their stupidity. So just bear in mind that marriage does not guarantee anything. It just takes you, your partner, and the grace of God for these things to just be okay. Next thing this thing has actually taught me is that people can cheat for no reason. Like people can cheat for no actual reason. This one actually goes for both the guys and the ladies. I tried to look at this man in question. Young man, promising man, handsome man. And I looked at his wife. Beautiful lady. Fair complexion. Like I'm not trying to say beautiful. Beauty is fair, but her skin is light. Like she looks like an ajebota. And look at the children he gave to him. classic children, five boys, one girl, priceless. So it is not about, okay, she did not give me a boy, that's why I'm looking for a boy. She did not give me a girl, that's why I'm looking for a girl. And I also try to compare that woman now to the ladies or the women that he is doing all this atrocity with. There is none that I saw that can be compared half to this man's wife. And I was like, what do people really want? That's for the man's aspect. Like when we want to compare the beauty, the people he's doing these things with does not equate the person he has at home. And if you want to talk about peace of mind, because people want to say, "Oh, you don't know what the woman. If you are beautiful, if you are this, you don't give your husband peace of mind. He's not going to. That woman looks peaceful to me. Although I don't know how they are at home and what they do, but that woman looks like a peaceful woman. And that man, in fact, it looks like somebody that's going to be troubling that woman. If there is anybody that is going to be causing trouble in the house, it's the man. That's on the man's side. What do you want from a woman that this lady cannot give to you? I mean, this lady is giving you kids back to back because those children look like people that were like this one is 9, this one is 10, this one is 11, this one is 12. That is how those children look. You don't even allow the woman to have a space. You don't even give her any breathing space. And if you check well, that woman is alone in the house. She doesn't have a nanny because men that are like that, they don't want you to have a nanny. They want you to be working tirelessly so that you have something that you are doing. They want to always keep you occupied so that you will have enough time to be outside doing what they are doing. That's on the man's side. Now let's go back to the women's side, the women that this man is using. These women, most of them are influential women, ministers' wives, daughter of the president also, the police officers, whatever. These are women that are influential, women that have money, women that have authority, women that will come out and will be advising young girls. You have to stay one place. You have to read your books. You have to be this. You have to carry yourself like most of these women are feminists. They will come out and they tell you, don't settle for less. Don't do this to a man. Don't wash a man's clothes. Don't do this. Don't follow men. They don't have anything to offer. These are influential women in the society. They have money. They have power. They have authority. They have everything. There is nothing that they want that is not under their nose. They have men to crown it all. Then you ask, these women, what are they looking for that their husbands cannot afford? This man, what is he looking for that his wife cannot give to him that he cannot afford? There's absolutely nothing. And that is where you see that most people do not actually need a reason to cheat. Sometimes too, it might be a psychological problem, it might be a mental problem. Most people should, that is why once in a while, every one of us should just visit rehabilitation centers, get some drugs, and just calm ourselves down because these people have mental issues. Another thing I've come to understand from that whole story is that wealth cannot ensure loyalty. If a relationship, a marriage, or whatever a relationship is built only on wealth, when that wealth actually fades out, or when that wealth is no longer coming as it used to, then other things are going to be coming in. So it is better, it is paramount that if you're starting up anything, relationship, whatever that you know you want that thing to last for a long time, it is better you build it upon trust, upon loyalty, upon good virtues. Build it upon something that you know cannot be traded for anything. That way you're going to have a lasting happiness. You're going to enjoy that thing for a longer period of time. But if you build it on material things, on wealth, on money, on fame, on power, those things might not actually come again. Fame itself is something that it comes and then at a point in time it begins to fade away. Another person is going to come on to limelight and you might be pushed aside. So if somebody is with you because you are popular for the particular point in time, ask yourself, what will happen when I become less popular? Will this person still stick with me? These are things we should consider. We should make sure we are building our relationships on grounds cannot be shaken, come what may. come rain, come shine. Another thing I have on my list, another thing that I learned from this whole scenario is that make sure you're entering into marriage for the right reason. Many times, I've seen this one everywhere. Many people are they just want to be there because of maybe societal pressure, maybe parental pressure, maybe peer pressure, maybe self pressure. Why are you venturing into this thing called marriage? I mean, this thing is supposed to be something that is supposed to last for time, except death. But then you find out that you've not even been there for like a reasonable amount of time, and you're already maybe breaking the rules or the vows that you had, and it is not actually a very good thing. The last thing I learned from this whole thing is that many women take marriage or look at marriage as some type of validation. Like they think that marriage is, I don't know how to explain it, but I just want to feel among. I just want to, like, I want to be young and married. I want to be a Gen Z wife, or like I want to shall be young and married. I don't want to marry in my 30s. And that is where they start making mistakes. That is where they start competing with themselves. For the past few days now, the things I've been seeing on TikTok, my eyes cannot say it. There's this new trend where they're now doing, like, there are some things that I know that even as I claim to be a Gen Z wife, I know that I wouldn't do it. I saw a picture of a woman that was getting married, and she was actually giving us the cost of everything that she wore. And you know, when somebody's trying to give you the cost of things that she bought, like when the person is trying to give you the cost, like she wants you to know the cost so that when you want to do your own, you can also know how you can navigate it. And then when you want to see, when you see somebody that is trying to brag, you know. So she posted a picture and she was like, these are the luxurious things my Odogu husband gave to me. My shoe cost 80,000 naira. My hand chain cost 1.5, my hair cost 3 million, my blouse cost, and everything summed up to about 15 million. And you know, TikTok, people were still saying, oh, you wore all this 15 million thing and you are still not giving. People were just saying a lot. You see other people saying, my husband is feeding my, like, I feed my child with so milk. There's this particular milk that they sell, whether it's 82,000 naira or so. They say, I feed my child with this milk. If he is, go tell your husband, make him buy it for you. Like they are now doing it as a competition, like a show off. My husband is richer than yours, your husband is richer than, like, that is the new trend for married people now on TikTok. And I'm like, when did we get here? Like, how did we come about this thing? How did we start doing all of these things? I know that if it is not because my YouTube is monetized and I am making small penny out of this, my YouTube and all of those stuff, there are certain parts of my marriage that I would not even be showing out here. Remember that before I even started this marriage thing, I made it clear that my husband is not even going to be appearing on my channel as much. But I just discovered that, I mean, I'm staying alone in this house with him. We are just two here. So there is almost nothing I do alone. Almost everything I do with him. So how is it even possible that I'm going to film, let's say I'm going to film a day in my life and it's not going to reflect there? Sometimes it's very difficult. It is not something I want to do, but I find myself doing it because I don't have any choice. I don't have anything, like I don't have another thing to do. Sometimes I even think of what content do I even do, and I just know that if I provided I want to do a video surrounding this house, my husband has to be there. Whether I go to work, whether he goes to work, whether I come back, whether anyhow, before the end of the day, he has to reflect on the video. It is something that I cannot do. So I just noticed that that one is almost impossible, even though I'm trying very hard to remove the parts that I don't want to showcase out there or I don't want to expose. So what you people see about my marriage on YouTube is the barest minimum, is the list, is nothing at all. Had it been I had my way, had it been I was not, this internet was not monetized, or had it been YouTube was not paying, or had it been YouTube is TikTok or Instagram, did you see me posting my 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 marriage on Instagram or TikTok. And even YouTube is just like Instagram or TikTok where they don't pay. Trust me, my marriage is just going to be clear off. It's just going to be for me and me alone. I just decided to come talk to you guys and just let you guys know that seriously, we all need to buckle up, both the men, both the women, every one of us. We need to sit up and sit tight. Thank you guys for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.